Hello, everybody. Welcome to this surprisingly good podcast. I'm your host, Misael Gonzalez. And joining me today, and probably joining me every day on these podcasts, every day on these podcasts, is my dear friend, Jesus Fragoso.
Hey, hey, thanks. I better be here if I'm going to be doing all the editing. That's all I'm saying.
This is Beast. This is going to be high school computer science all over.
Oh, God. Please, no.
Hey, no, we passed.
Well, we passed because I carried your ass. Let's be real about that.
So, today, when it comes to this podcast, me and Beast just, we felt like we always talk about things like this in our group chat or in the PlayStation chat, and it's like, man, we should just just ramble on to for other people to hear us. To see if anyone wants to hear us.
Pretty darn much.
But we really want to make this for our friends. They'll probably love to listen to this. And hey, whoever's joining us now, and you're not part of our original squad. Hey, you are part of the squad now.
So yeah, oh, okay.
So Beast, go ahead.
Nah. So yeah, no, like he said, thanks guys for everyone's gonna watch, who's watching, future, whenever. We appreciate it. So yeah, let's get started, Misa. Why don't we get started with something that happened recently? WandaVision.
Go ahead. Ooh, Beast.
What?
Well, Beast, it's all filler. I'll tell you that. Well, I mean, technically it is. It's filler just for the Doctor Strange movie.
Hey, okay. Really neat. Yeah, well, if it adds to the story, it's not too much. It's not really that much filler, to be fair.
Nah, I'm kidding. It's not really. What's it called? Elizabeth Olsen is perfect.
Oh yeah, 100% agree.
She I love the way her. Okay, this sounds terrible, but I don't mean your mental state going to decay is a good thing, but the way she plays it.
Oh no, yeah, it's not a bad thing to say that. No.
I love how, and especially because you saw the new episode.
Yes, it was great. She's fantastic.
Agatha Harkness, the way she she played her like a fiddle because she knew her state was gone.
Yeah. Like
she knew, and especially because she's not as powerful as well, who knows? I don't know how strong she is, but she's probably not as strong as Wanda.
For one, I know that in the comics that Agnes is the one that trains her, so she might be as powerful. But I don't know how they're gonna do the relationship in this universe. So maybe she's probably not as powerful. Like they'll probably come off at the same, but then Wanda to being more powerful at the end, like typical superhero stuff.
Wait, so is Agatha Harkness connected to one of the Infinity Stones?
I don't know. That's what I'm wondering. I don't know how, because technically we don't know too much about Wanda before the movie 2. So, like this movie 2. Sorry, Avengers 2, Age of Ultron. Like we don't know. Yeah, no, we don't know much about her before. So
I mean, people obviously know if you watch the comics, you know what she's all about. But for people out there, but us, well, Beast reads more comic books than I do. But I know it's supposed to get like this could go either way. Like Agatha Harkness is like kind of, she's not evil, but she's not good either. They're kind of just like self-interest type of people.
Yeah, it could be something like that.
That's the reason she wants to control Wanda, and Wanda is kind of like she's more good than that. What's it called? Especially because I mean, with her sons Billy and Tommy, now they're that's the beginning of the X-Men multiverse.
I wonder what they're gonna do. I wonder if they're actually gonna keep the kids, or like I'm wondering if like that actually happened where she had kids, they actually just grew up and that's their powers, or I'm wondering if it's all like just part of like the whole image that she made. Like, if that barrier goes away, will they also go away? That's what I'm wondering too.
Because I think they are real, because and because of the way her powers didn't affect her. Remember when they were babies and she's like, stop crying. She wanted to make them stop crying.
Yeah.
What's it called? But she couldn't get her powers to get them to stop crying.
But again, remember the same thing happened with the stork, and she made it like the stork.
With who?
Remember the bird, whatever it's called, the one
the stork. What about the stork?
Remember, she couldn't make it disappear either when the stork came out, and like she tried to make it disappear. The bird that carries the babies or whatever it's called.
That's why, because that could have been just the way she made her thing. Like she made them because she made them.
Yes, I know, but
they're embodiments of her.
Exactly, but like again, she made Vision come to life, and when Vision gets out of the barrier, he's dead.
Yeah, but it's because Vision runs on the Infinity Stone like these. It's just also because I've seen the way this leads, especially comic book wise, because I've seen like I haven't read the comic books, but I've seen like some YouTube videos, some fan theories.
Yeah.
And Billy and Tommy, like they're vital to the X-Men timeline.
No, they are, but I don't know what they're going. So I mean, I know they're planning to get the X-Men involved. I don't know how they're going to do it. I don't know if they're going to just do another reboot of the X-Men. I have no clue.
They're going to reboot it, but they're going to do it with what's it called? They're going to bring That's how they tie in Deadpool.
Yeah, they'll bring Deadpool.
Venom and things like that.
I don't know how they're going to tie in Venom, but like
they might not end up doing it. It just depends how Venom 2 does.
I think
2 does well.
Because the next Deadpool movie is actually part of the Marvel Universe, right? Like the next one is actually part of it.
The what?
The next Deadpool movie is actually part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, right? I think I saw somewhere it actually is.
Oh, it's involved. It's not tied into the Avengers yet, but it's part of the universe because they're gonna be with the X-Men. So Wanda's the link between the Avengers and the X-Men.
Yeah, so I don't know what they're gonna.
And remember, think about it. Right now, we just got Monica Rambeau. She just turned into Photon.
That's true.
Because she was made, so that's how she became a mutant too. So
yeah, that's true. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't too much of a fan. Like, unless they explained that she got her powers just became born and were dormant in her. That's how like mutants are. Like their powers are basically dormant in them until like they come out. That's how Deadpool was and all that. Unless they explain it like that, because I didn't like the fact. I feel like they're gonna go for like she got the power because like Wanda, she got the powers from Wanda or something like that. I don't like that. I just wanted
she got it through the hex.
That's why. Hex. But Wanda made the hex though.
But it's because your DNA gets rewritten. It doesn't necessarily mean you get powers.
Well, I mean that's what's happened. She got rewritten and got powers out of it.
Yeah, because she already had passed through it 3 times.
That's true.
Like if you pass through it one time, okay, you can get away with it.
You got a point. Maybe all of the traumatic experience of being rewritten actually activated her mutant powers. So it could maybe something along those lines. I hope I'm fine if they do explanation like that. I just don't. I'm worried they're gonna go with like, oh, like you know how like sometimes like powers are transferred or like they get hit with a like someone will get hit with a blast, and then them getting hit with a blast just gave them powers for some reason. Like I don't like. Hopefully they don't do something like that, which I don't think they've done a good job. So I don't think they will.
That's where Wanda's like mixed into the thing of being she's the one who pretty much creates mutants. She ends up creating most of the mutants, and she ends up being like the leader for a while until the X-Men come along. What's it called? But her and Vision are kind of like mom and dad to all the mutants.
Yeah. I wonder. It's very interesting what they're gonna do with WandaVision because, I mean, I wonder what they're gonna because obviously the last episode left a lot of questions. I forgot to give a spoiler warning by the way, but
oh yeah, spoiler warning.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of late.
Little late for that, yeah, but again, sorry for that, but anyways,
I mean, come on, it's Sunday. If you haven't watched it yet, come on, get on it. If you really care, get on it. Get on it. What are you waiting for?
For real. I mean, to be fair, I took like 3 weeks to get started. I even got caught up.
Please don't talk about that. You're caught up now. That's what matters.
I caught up now. Yes, that's exactly.
What's it called? But anyways.
Oh yeah. So
I just think.
Go for it.
I mean, for this next episode, like, I'm just curious as to what her motive is. Like, I get the heart.
Yeah, that's gonna be the big question.
What's her motive, man? Like, she's she's scary in like a hot way.
I mean, no,
she's scary. What's it called?
It could be. I mean, maybe. I think this is my theory. If they go back to her, like, no, because I was gonna say that she showed Wanda her powers, but Wanda would have recognized her then. But
no, because Wanda thought that Agatha was like some like the person who runs the hex.
Yeah.
I like she thought Wanda thought she was controlling.
Yeah.
And like so it was like, oh, it's okay if I show you my powers because
Yeah.
like I control you anyways.
Yeah.
But that's why she tricked her. Like she just
It seems
bamboozled.
it seems like okay. There's two things they can do. They can go comic book wise, where like Agatha actually gets her powers from like a demon or something like that.
No, but Agatha already has powers.
I know that's why, but like, where did she get her powers and stuff like that? The origin story.
They probably won't do an origin Agatha.
No, well, no, but no, they're not gonna do a whole story. But like, they might. Well, they might. Who knows? Honestly, who knows? But
I mean, she'll be a recurring character in the future.
Yeah, but they usually they explain more or less.
She can be like a new Black Widow. She can be like side story.
But usually they explain more or less where they got the powers, like more or less.
Or like Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Look, this is my thing. If it
like Ant-Man.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
They could have also had her get her power. Maybe she was another experiment that Hydra did, and she works for Hydra. Because if she has the same powers as her, then maybe she got her powers from the Infinity Stone as well. Maybe she was another experiment that they did, and she works with Hydra now.
I think she's like a witch.
Well, yeah, obviously she's a witch, but
like
a different type of witch.
It's a witch, but it doesn't involve the Infinity Stone.
Well,
it involves something else.
That's why that's why my first.
There's like so many things. There's like magic.
That's why my first thing is like either she got her powers from the actual demon, which is like her husband. I think she has a husband demon for a husband.
She's married, and we haven't seen him. We haven't seen Ralph once.
What if Ralph is like the leader of S.W.O.R.D., like the guy that was trying to like shoot Wanda? Maybe he was doing all that to incite her. Maybe he's the husband all this time.
No, because he's trying to destroy the Hex.
But he wants Vision. Remember, that's what happened last. He wants Vision because he wants to know how to control Vision. The reason the reason he was tracking him. He wants to know how to bring Vision back to life. That's why he was studying him in the Hex.
They want to use him like a weapon, like the weapon he was designed to be.
Yeah. So maybe they had Agnes do that, like so to incite Wanda to bring her husband back to life, and then they study find out how to do it, or maybe I don't know. That's one of the theories that could happen. I think I'm gonna put it out there. I think that's what's gonna happen. I think the leader of S.W.O.R.D. is gonna end up being like the husband or whatever. Like that plot twist.
But there's no way because he doesn't know what's going on.
He can just act like he doesn't.
That's like a super 180 like what's it called like completely like because he got scared when the Hex was closing in on him, like he was terrified. Because he knew his plan was over. Like his plan's pretty much over. He's controlled by the Hex.
That's kind of true, but I don't know how the Hex works. It's because they still haven't explained exactly how the Hex works, or like. So I want to see if they'll explain it more also.
Oh, they will, but that'll come like probably not in WandaVision right now because they just don't go that deep into it. It's kind of like stuff that a lot of stuff is already like, oh, you know it. It's in the comic books.
Yeah, but I feel like they are. I feel like they're gonna.
We mentioned it in the past.
I feel like there's gonna be another huge twist like that comes up.
You know what? Who's gonna crack it is Darcy.
Probably yeah. Oh yeah, Darcy for sure. That's why they brought her there. No, for sure, Darcy's probably gonna be the one.
She's gonna order the lobster.
Bro, honestly, they have so many good comedic relief characters like Darcy and Jimmy Woo.
Jimmy Woo.
Yeah, of course.
No, you mean John Krasinski? Yes, John Krasinski.
Kim Jong-un?
Yes, Kim Jong-un. Man, I love because even though like his role's kind of like all he is comedic relief. Like he's just there.
But he's very good at it though. He's very good at it.
He's great. Like what's it called? Like because there's no like serious like why is he the only FBI agent in a sword dealing?
That's true.
You get me? Like he literally has power over no one there.
That's kind of true, bro. I didn't think about that.
So that's just it's perfect comedic relief, honestly.
Oh, it is. It is. He's great.
Also, I like seeing that. You know what I liked about Vision? Like, I still don't understand where Vision gets his feelings from. Like, how does he feel? Because he's technically a robot. But I can see the Infinity Stone because the way he, like,
it's probably the Infinity Stone.
He finds out about the way he died and how what's it called? Wanda.
Yeah.
Had to see Vision die twice.
Yeah.
What's it called? and then they tried to turn him into a weapon.
Yeah.
They were trying to bring him back by turning. I feel like that's the reason she broke in.
Maybe, probably.
And now they're trying to build Wanda. They're trying to make Wanda the villain here.
Yeah.
Like everybody on the outside, but Vision, like he's still like after everything, he's like, you know what? Like he wasn't like right. Remember, he wanted to stop Wanda. Remember, how do you stop her? Like he was trying to like
look a lot of
trying to help Wanda.
Yeah. Look, they've done a really good job. They've done a really good job because a lot of people are not going to know who Agatha is in the comics.
Yeah.
Most,
especially
90% of people are not going to know who Agatha is.
Man,
I would say.
I was pissed when I saw
that. No, 80%. Like 80%.
No, I mean, no, I was just pissed because it was like it was Agatha all along.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that shit was funny. That shit was good.
And it's like, what? I have to wait a whole week. Like.
Oh yeah. Oh bro, like
that's like perfect ending. Like,
dude, for real, dude. Dude, I love the little cut. It's like, oh, she was the one behind the camera that said something. I'm like, that's fucking funny.
Man, like that was just priceless. Because also it didn't make sense to me. I was like, bro, like, there's an interviewer. I love that even Vision sat down.
Oh yeah, I know. And then he's like, why am I doing this?
Especially because. I mean, Wanda was doing it for her sake. Like, Vision is technically conscious.
Yeah. No, like the show has done a really good job of going through each decade and taking like inspiration from each, like from certain episodes and stuff. Like they took inspiration from the Brady Bunch. This one they've done
every era of television.
Like this one was pretty much based off Modern Family, which was really good.
The Office, the way the opening was, they're paying tribute to all the television through the decades.
Yeah, for sure,
like,
for sure.
And also, that's why that ending of it was Agatha all along.
Yeah.
What's it called? It's perfect because how many sitcoms have you seen where it's like, like
yeah, exactly,
like,
yeah. That reminded me of How I Met Your Mother more or less, like if it was like Barney, like how we'd have like a cut, like to him like doing the stuff or something like that. Like I feel like they've done a really good job. They've done really good taking inspiration from different shows and stuff and like committing to that decade of okay, the shows were like this and they took inspiration from this and they did. They just done a fantastic job, honestly. I love the production's great. The director's done a great job. I love. Honestly, one of the great things that they did was Pietro. Him as the Quicksilver from the X-Men was a thing of genius. It was genius.
But also, he's not controlled by Wanda. He's controlled by what's it called?
Yeah, the other one. Yeah.
By Agatha.
Well, I wonder
which is kind of cool.
Wait,
cool.
did you see the after credit little thing at the end or no?
Oh yeah, where he's with Monica.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Of course, it's Marvel. You gotta watch to the end.
Yeah, no.
You gotta watch to the very end. There's 0 seconds left on the clock.
That's facts. You know? That's facts.
And so there's literally nothing left.
Pretty much, yeah. You think that's why they make their outros so long? Like in this one in WandaVision, I remember I saw the first one. I was like, okay, I'm waiting for something at the end. There was nothing. I'm like, oh, what a tease.
Bro, WandaVision's like 8 minutes of credits.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
Bro, like there's credits to the credits.
Yeah, there is. Like there's like the cool credits where they have all the they have all the stuff in the background makes it look cool. Yeah. And then it's like all the black and white credits at the end. Like, bruh.
Yeah. So no, I mean I'm really excited for next week.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be good.
But,
it's gonna be good.
I want to move on to our next topic.
Sounds good.
In pop culture right now with the Justice League.
Oh yeah.
What do you think of it? I know the Snyder Cut's about to come out.
Yes,
There's just so many hypes about it, and I haven't seen much trailers for it.
I mean, it's because they can't do much trailers.
Like there's so much overhype because people are like, "Oh, the Snyder Cut's way better," and I was like, "I mean, I personally like the first one."
I did not. I can't. I'm not with you there. I did not like. No.
I like that.
I thought it was really underwhelming. Like it was honestly not that good. I did not like it.
It's just because DC does not have the money to compete with this.
Well, even then, like
that's why Marvel can literally do whatever.
But look, okay, but Marvel didn't start off like that though. I mean, they had what? They had Hulk. Hulk was a disaster, right? And that, like, you're gonna have your disasters here and there. But then Iron Man was a banger, and Iron Man I don't think was super high budget either. I mean, it's not like these DC movies are like low budget either. It's not like They're making them in
when they
someone's
hired-
back of the basement or some shit like that.
when they got Chris Evans and Tony Stark and Chris Hemsworth, they were committed for the long term.
Oh yeah,
Like to play this role. It's because what DC's done in the past and things like that is that they don't commit. It's also like what Spider-Man happened to Spider-Man because it's not owned by Disney, it's owned by fucking Sony. What's the guy? They keep end up changing the Spider-Man because they can't get someone to commit.
Well, no,
it's a 10-year project. Like,
they did like with Andrew
You're gonna have to
Garfield.
live this role.
With Andrew Garfield, I forgot there was a falling out between them. It wasn't that he wasn't committed. It's that he I forgot what he did. I remember he did something that like one of the CEOs did not like at all, and they just cut him without like any question.
No, when I say that they can't get someone long term, it's not the actor's fault. It's because Sony's garbage.
They are.
Sony, like the companies who own this, like they're garbage.
Look, Sony does
they
does
do
good
cheap.
animate
They
like
cheap it. They're like, you know what? This is an easy bank day. So
it depends for what,
happens.
because for superhero movies, yeah, they've been pretty ass. Except I don't even think were they the main production for it or was it someone else? But for the Into the Spider-Verse, except for that, and the Spider-Verse was a banger. That's probably the best Spider-Man movie to come out. Yeah, animation's different, so they've done a really good. But live action, yeah, they've been. I don't even get me started on like the. Oh no, but I was gonna say Fantastic Four, but that's Fox. Never mind.
But see, I'm just glad. Oh, but Fox is owned by Disney. That's why they're bringing X-Men back.
Yeah, that's true. Well, no, but before, like when Fox was owned by Disney.
That's also what happened with Disney.
Yeah.
I mean, with Marvel, like everything Marvel, that Disney bought all of it. They own they don't own all of it, but at least they have now. The only one they're missing is the Spider-Man.
Yeah, the most important one. Yeah.
So it's like, and they're being held hostage by Sony, and they feel like they have to agree just to keep the storyline straight.
All right, but back to we're getting a little off track here. Back to the back to the Justice League.
But it's still part of what we want to talk about.
Yeah, but we started talking about we went back to Marvel Universe.
Yeah, we went on a more political rant about how the movie industry is killing this.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But I get what you mean.
The Synder Cut is a loaded like. I really hope it's really good. Like where it's like wow, like mind blowing. Also, I feel like it's not gonna be mind blowing just because I'm not gonna watch movie theater. You need the whole.
But to be fair, I also blame. Okay, here's the thing. 'Cause I know. I haven't seen the extended cut of the Batman Superman. 'Cause I know Serge told me it was actually pretty good or like decent, at least when it was the extended version. But I will blame Snyder for this.
That is our friend Sergio Garcia.
Oh yeah.
Referencing to him this case.
Yeah, but I will say because the thing with Snyder is that this is basically the exact same movie that he made, right? It's not really like no one's recording anything new, at least from my knowledge.
That they filmed a lot of other stuff that didn't make it to the movie, like whole other bit, like they edited out like villains.
But dude, it's like a 4-hour movie. Like, does he actually expect a 4-hour movie to make it to theaters? Like, that's not realistic.
It's a 4-hour movie.
Yeah, it's a long movie. It's a 4-hour movie.
Dude, this movie better smack.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's a long ass movie. It's good.
If you're gonna, it better be Lord of the Rings good. I mean, even though I've never seen those.
Yeah, I know, but I know people talk about it.
It better be that good, like where it's like, wow, I'm worth sitting here for 4 hours watching it. Wow.
Because it comes out. I know it comes out next month. The Justice League Synder Cut. So I am excited to watch it. And don't get me wrong. Look, I love DC. DC has done a terrible job with the universe, but I love the heroes. Like most of my top 5 are probably DC heroes, except Spider-Man. Spider-Man's like my number 1.
And I mean, they still get good actors. Like they don't get bad actors to do it. They get top quality actors. Like Ben Affleck was a good Batman.
Yeah, Ben Affleck. He got a lot of criticism when he got the role, but he did a good job. He did a good job of what he was given. I did not like the Batman they gave him. Honestly,
he was set up to fail though.
He was. Like I did not like how they just kind of casually had him murder people. It's like wait. That's like the number one thing Batman does not do. And I get that like he's an older Batman. He's more brutal, but he doesn't kill people when he's older still. That's like his number one thing. He retired because he almost killed someone. That's why he retired. Like
freaking Batman would be like beat you up, give you a big old wallop, and
see,
be like now talk.
This is why I'm excited about the new Batman, because that they captured that one that you just spoke of perfectly. Like, it's actually he beat the fucking shit out of him, but he's probably still alive, barely, but he's alive. This one, like,
and he's gonna live.
Like the Batman in this universe, like the Ben Affleck, they just had him literally. I remember they blew up a car, and he was just. They didn't even talk about the man inside. Like, what? And then he threw like a batarang at some dude with a flamethrower, and that dude's obviously dead. And this flamethrower blew up in his back. Like, they didn't.
I mean, the film also itself doesn't help itself.
No.
The Justice League thing. So the fact that they've recasted the Flash a ridiculous amount of time.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan. I know a lot of people like this actor who's playing Flash. I'm not. I will say I'm not the biggest fan. He's not bad.
It's like,
he plays the role well, but it's just not my. I think he's too. I don't know. They made him the young one of the group, which I kind of don't like. Like, it should be kind of. I feel like it should be Cyborg more. Cause obviously, he's supposed to be young. He's supposed to be a football player.
I feel like Flash has that Spider-Man vibe. You get me? Like, it's a team.
A little bit, like, but I feel like they're making it too much. Cause he's not that, like, where he can't speak. He makes jokes, yes, and he does all that. But they make him. I don't know. Like, they make him too awkward, and he's not awkward.
It's because they set him up for there's a whole, like, Gal Gadot plays a beautiful Wonder Woman.
Oh, that one, yeah, for sure.
From top to bottom. What's it called? But, like, they're just set up to fail.
They are.
They were set up to fail because they were never, and also because you're only gonna ever compare it to Marvel, and it's like, man, you guys are getting played.
Yeah.
Well, besides in the animation, Marvel's getting played.
Oh yeah, no animation. DC has honestly DC has always had the edge when it comes to comics and animation. It's just recently with.
I love the Killing Joke.
Like
my favorite.
Oh yeah, the Killing Joke comic is fantastic.
The movie. Have you seen the movie?
I've seen the movie. It's alright. I'm not the. It's alright to me. Like,
I love the storyline. I just love the story.
I didn't like what they did with I felt like they made. I didn't like what they did with Batwoman. Honestly, it was kind of random. But we'll talk about that another time.
Yeah.
But
but anyways, it's part of the topic.
Yeah, but okay. So back to the Justice League. I don't know how to feel about it. I'm excited for it, yes, but I mean, there was still a lot wrong with the original, because all that from the original release is still gonna be in the movie. Like, it's not like it's gonna be not there. It's gonna be there. Probably better explained and better timed and stuff. I'm excited to see the black suit Superman. See how that looks. He looks more brutal, which is kind of cool. So I'm excited to see all that. So I'm hoping it turns out good, but I'm not gonna put my expectations super high like everyone else is.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I feel like we talked a lot about superheroes. We should line it up with something a little bit more.
Well, right now it's pop culture. That's what it is right now. Honestly, pop culture now is a lot of superheroes.
But I mean, that piece is not just superheroes. We got a lot of music going on. That's pop culture.
Right, we are going to talk. Well, we're going to talk about.
What's it called?
We have Artist of the Week coming up.
There's Star Wars.
Well, we have that. We'll talk about that right now.
It's because I just feel like it's endless. Like, I can go on forever.
I get you. Well, we have. Well, let's finish up the topic at least, because now we're starting to blabber again. Look, okay. So, okay, what are your expectations for Justice League? Just play out expectations. You expect it to be good, bad? What do you expect?
I'm expecting a tanker. I'm expecting a 6.
A 6, okay. I'll say 7.
I feel like it's too long.
It's a very long movie.
4 hours. It better be fucking good.
Yeah.
It's gonna be 4 hours.
I'm gonna say I think it'll be a 7.5. I think I'm gonna give it that. Right now,
That's my expectations. I hope I'm wrong.
I hope I'm wrong as well. I hope it's a 9 or something. That'd be great.
Yeah, I hope I'm like, damn. Because I mean, the original Justice League to me was like a 7, an 8. It was like an 8. At my highest rating, I'd give it an 8.
I would give it a 6.
What's it called? Just because I mean, I'm not looking at the actors just because they've all been recasted so many times.
Yeah.
You kind of have to be numb to the feeling of recasting.
All right, so we can switch to the next topic. So honestly, we're talking about a lot of Disney Plus stuff with like the Marvel, and now we're gonna switch to Star Wars. But I mean, Disney Plus has been dominating. Let's be real. So, anyways,
I watch Netflix anymore. Like, they have Disney Plus. They have Natural Geographic. I just love. I watch like Wild Uganda, Wild Poultry.
Hey, National
Watching
Geographic is
animals
pretty
in the.
underrated. It's pretty underrated.
What are you talking about? It's the go. The only
But
thing that sucks now they're releasing another one. It's called Paramount Plus, and I kind of want to get it, but it's like I already have enough streaming services.
I get you.
We'll see what's on there. If it can compete.
I get you.
Compete. I'll gladly subscribe.
Okay.
Especially because they're gonna have the Nickelodeon. Ooh,
Oh yeah, sure. I forgot about that. That's gonna be a banger.
can't wait to watch SpongeBob repeatedly.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. But anyways, let's talk about another show that's been coming on Disney Plus. Just ended a few months ago. The Mandalorian, another big show. It's a great show. Love Star Wars. We're both big Star Wars fans. We love the universe, and the Mandalorian is great. Like, oh my, it's another banger of a show that they did. Like, it's just the production of it is so good and so well written, where they don't compromise the characters at all. They keep it good and they develop them, which is fantastic. What are your opinions on that?
I'm so happy with all the content we're gonna get. A lot of people are complaining that saying it's too much content. I was like, bruh, Star Wars, like you can make so many stories everywhere, and there's so many storylines going on, like active storylines already. They're like, oh, where's this person?
Yeah.
Remember, in Star Wars, if you don't see a body, like technically Mace Windu can still be alive. If Palpatine was alive, Mace Windu can still be alive.
Honestly, yeah, they can do some
like
shit
just
like
in hiding, just in complete hiding, because technically the Jedi Purge started right after that.
He'd be old as hell though. He'd be old as fuck at this
like,
point.
I feel I can see him coming out, and then like they're bringing out the Star Wars Rebels. Oh, the Rebels is so underrated piece. You need to watch Rebels.
No, I have seen Rebels. Rebels is I like some parts, but let's be real. Like honestly, the best part about Rebels is like the Clone Wars characters. It's just how it is.
No,
and Darth Vader.
I love Ezra Bridger.
Ezra's alright. I like,
and also because their characters are coming back, like Bridger and Grand Admiral Thrawn. Mm-hmm. Like, because Ahsoka is looking for Grand Admiral Thrawn.
Yeah.
What's it called?
Yeah, but again,
I see what
people, the things people most talk about is Rebels. It's not even like the actual like their lightsaber battles. The thing people most talk about is two things: Obi-Wan Maul, that showdown where Maul died.
It wasn't even a fight. It was like a 5-second fight.
But it was awesome though. Like they did such a good job of that.
It was like the two old men fighting.
That's why I said that one first. And the second one obviously is Ahsoka versus Vader, which everyone's always wanted. Since the finish of Clone Wars, everyone's always wanted Ahsoka versus Vader, which is yes, like I forgot.
I feel like we didn't get enough, dude. Like in the Rebels, like
it wasn't it was because it wasn't that popular of a show. Like what?
No, but you know what we're really gonna see, like Darth Vader, because remember you can feel each other in the Force.
Mm-hmm.
What's it called? And like I already know the Obi-Wan series is coming out.
Oh.
Coming out next year, January. In the Obi-Wan series, they're gonna explain a lot. Even though it's only 4 episodes, they're gonna explain a lot between the connection. Because remember, Darth Vader at this point, they're just killing like Jedi.
They're killing Darth Vader is like main thing he wants to find Kenobi.
So obviously he's hunting down Kenobi.
Yeah, that's his number one
his
Jedi.
Ultimate prize.
Yeah,
that's like his prize.
Yes.
So obviously they feel each other in the Force, and like, have you seen those videos of Darth Vader, like when he's not in a suit? And he's
of course.
He's in that tub.
Of course, yes.
Whatever.
Yeah, the only time he can actually be free of his suit is when he's in that that chamber thing where like it closes and it opens. That's the only time he can be free of his suit. So a lot of cool, exciting Star Wars stuff obviously coming out, and it's good.
Man, one bummer is that why did Cara Dune have to be a conspiracy theorist? Why she have to be a Trumper? What's it called? She was gonna be. I'm pretty sure she was gonna be on the Rangers of the New Republic because she became a narc.
But they just canceled that show because after she came out.
No, they haven't canceled it.
I thought they did.
No, it's still going. It's just gonna go a different storyline. They haven't filmed anything. They hadn't even written anything.
I just thought the whole thing was scrapped because she was gonna be the main thing.
No, it's not scrapped. No, she's not the main thing. It was just Rangers of the New Republic. It was gonna be like a. They haven't casted anyone. They haven't written anything. Like it's just announced.
That's why I thought it was scrapped. Yeah.
No, it's not scrapped.
Okay, that was scrapped.
And just now, it's gonna be the New Republic. Because she was just gonna be she's gonna be a character that's just jumping around. You get me? Like that's all she was. Like she was never gonna be like main star. Maybe she could have been the main star in that show, but now they can just go in a different direction.
Yeah.
They don't have to necessarily go in the character direction.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
So, yeah. I'm just thinking. See what I mean? Like, there's just so many things they're gonna do, and like they're gonna expand more on the Mandalorians. The way the black and obviously there's gonna be more characters they're gonna introduce in the future where they're gonna break it down even more. It's like,
yeah, no, we're gonna see a lot. Like, there's still a lot of content coming out for Star Wars in the future. This year's probably gonna, maybe next. I think next year will be a bigger year for Star Wars than this year. I think this year they're gonna slow down a bit because obviously the Mandalorian already came out.
Man, I didn't realize how much Marvel content they've already filmed, and like Star Wars are taking it super slow.
But I mean, it's not bad. It's because
like think about it, WandaVision's gonna end, and then it's gonna be Falcon and the Winter Soldier,
and then Loki after that too.
And then like it's gonna be like drop.
Yeah.
Man, that'll be Star Wars.
Oh, okay. So apparently, Rangers of the New Republic will also have Ahsoka Tano. So maybe
no, all these characters are intertwined. Like all these series, like what's it called? Din Djarin can appear on any show. Like he doesn't have to necessarily be on.
Oh no, because Ahsoka's having her own show, right? That's true.
Yeah, she's gonna have her own show, and like, don't be surprised if Din Djarin, Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
That's where I got my inspiration for a mustache, Pedro Pascal. You got a great mustache. Yeah, so like all these, that's why like Ahsoka will come out on, he'll come out on the Mandalorian, or they'll come out on the Rangers of the Republic, or whatever other show they're running. I know there's a bunch of other shows, but like the characters can intercross, but obviously their show is the one they're focusing on.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
So it's like adventures, yay! Like just like how Clone Wars is, but like bigger. Because remember Clone Wars, like everybody had like, oh, it's a droid show. Or it's like, oh, it's a droid episode. Or it's like, oh, this episode we're talking about like Yoda, or like this episode's about Anakin, or this episode's about everyone. You get me? Yeah. So I kind of like how now this like the Clone Wars but bigger, because now everyone literally has their own TV show.
Yeah. No. It's gonna be good. I'm excited to see what happens. Disney Plus again has done a great job with all the shows so far. They're all pretty much bangers. So we'll see. We'll see what other Disney Plus shows they do, and I think they're all going to be exciting.
I'm one that I hate monopolies, and Disney has a monopoly on the
industry. Of course, no doubt.
The whole political side my whole political ideology is I despise Disney. I despise their model.
Yes.
But at least they are doing justice to these stories.
Look.
And I mean, hey, they're paying everybody what they're supposed to be paying.
Yeah, to be fair, yeah. I mean, Sony's making a shit ton of money off Disney right now.
But at least Marvel is, at least Disney is doing it right. You get me? Like they're casting the right people. Even though the way they handled the Star Wars movie,
yeah, wasn't that great?
They went too commercial, but they learned their lesson because they're like, oh shit, like we tanked.
Yeah,
and we're supposed to like hit like movies of the century here with these movies, and we tanked it.
Yeah, no, you're right.
You get me? Like, so I feel like now they're letting actual people that like work on the project deliver the project. Let people be creative.
I'm glad they're like I'm glad they're actually putting like good content out there. That was the little bit of worry on the Disney. When a company owns everything, you start to worry. It's like, oh, like are they even gonna put like a good product out there? Like they're the only one. Their competitions themselves. But Disney Plus has done a good job of putting out a good product.
And also just because of the fact that these actors, they're gonna play that role forever until they die
because now like with Netflix, because Netflix started the whole thing with like offering actors like 4-year contracts, stuff like that, and making a certain amount of movies and stuff like that. So I'm pretty sure Disney's doing the exact same thing where they offer like a certain length of a contract. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's a
oh, you're signed off for 5 movies.
Yeah,
so we're gonna do 5 movies.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there you go.
Shit.
There you go.
Which is that, or like you're gonna come out in these 5 movies.
Yeah.
It's like how they do with Captain America. That's why they had to give it up with Captain America and the Iron Man, because it was like, bro, they had to pay him a lot of cash.
I mean, to be fair, they've been playing it for years. I don't blame them for being tired of it if they're tired of it. I do not blame him. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure Cap will make a cameo comeback someday. But like,
he's already old. He's like super old.
Yeah, but that's why he's still alive though.
Joe Biden head ass.
Yeah, but like he for real. But I mean, he's old, but he's not dead, so they can have him come back like as a cameo or something. He's not gonna fight or anything like that, but as a cameo, they might. I feel like he's gonna.
That's what they said at the end of WandaVision. Remember, they're gonna have a Luke Skywalker type of.
That's true.
So,
it could be.
Man, this has been nerd.
Yeah.
Our nerd. Welcome to our part of the segment where we talk about our sponsor for today. Today's sponsor is us being nerds.
Yes. Now, if we're gonna sponsor something, I sponsor.
Thank you for 35 hours.
Now you know what?
Sorry, 35 minutes of being with us.
If we're gonna sponsor something, I want to sponsor Make-A-Wish Foundation. Let's put that out there. Donate now. Okay. They're a great foundation.
You really like Make-A-Wish?
Make-A-Wish is good. Make-A-Wish. They're all great. Red Cross is also really good too. Obviously, they're the big ones, right? What's up?
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're the big ones. The Red Cross. There's better. The Red Cross is good. It's good. It's a good general.
Yeah, general. Yeah.
Reaching top.
I'm just doing general ones that people know right now, so maybe if they hear.
Oh, you know, that just gives me a great idea. I can find my favorite ones. Especially right now with the crisis going on.
Yeah, that's true. There's a lot of stuff.
Hey, you see someone around, and this is not just being the sponsor hour for be a good person. So if you see anybody hungry, especially right now, a pandemic in a recession, people losing their homes, just be nice.
Thank you, AOC.
We're all going through this terrible hour, and just let's be nice to each other out.
I want to thank AOC for giving Texas doing more than other Texas people are doing to help Texas, even though she's not from Texas.
She literally just proved the point, like, bro, you guys are crooks. How we can go? You want to go on?
Oh yeah,
political rant?
While some people are on vacation, you know, like during a time of crisis.
In Cancun.
In Cancun.
And Ted Cruz. And then I love how he plays his daughters.
Dude, oh my gosh.
That guy has literally no spine.
He does. Dude, he's covering his ass like so. It's not even a good way, and people are gonna buy that. That's what pisses me off.
I hope not. Like, I feel like, come on, after this, like, bro, someone had to come down from New York. Don't we all? People in Texas always love to talk trash in California and New York.
Yeah.
They were the first ones to lend us hands before our actual state government.
Bro, I can't believe
those representatives, those not just politicians wise, but even organizations wise.
Oh,
they were the first one to help us. And like right now, dude, I was at church this morning and the light went out, and I was just thinking, I was like, man, like these blackouts, like what happened? Like it was so racially profiled and also what I want to say, like more poor people living at a lower rate in let's say in a lower income neighborhoods where the first ones that were off, they've been lost power for days. They lost power for like 5 days.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously like in Dallas, like in the richer neighborhoods, even here in Laredo, like there was only certain sections, their power never went out. But
yeah, that was mine. That was my section. Yeah.
Your power went off for like 3 days.
Yep, it was supposed to be.
You don't even live in a bad neighborhood.
No, I do not.
Like, but just because you live in a part of town that's like.
It's so dumb.
It's just not like
not
rich.
There was a photo. There was a photo. There was a photo that I saw. That literally all of downtown was turned off. I turned on in Houston, and all the neighborhoods and suburbs were turned off. And I thought that was the most ridiculous. And it was during night too. It's not like during the day. It was during night.
That's the point. Like all the power that went to that, and
a lot of those buildings are closed.
I love how right away people love to jump is like the turbines froze. I was like, bro, like, are you serious? Like the turbines only power 10% of our entire state's.
Bro, of course, Texas.
Power.
Of course, where we live, Texas is the only place that refuses to change its power or like at least adapt it and add different ways to get power as well. It's like, nah, this one way works, nothing will happen, and then it goes to shit. It's like, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do?
It's the real problem, Beast, is our infrastructure is just not there.
It's trash.
And I mean the infrastructure, I mean from like power lines.
Yeah.
From bridges,
it's trash.
roads.
It's trash.
Everything. Because it was what the infrastructure we have laying, and that's the reason it froze because it's not made for freezing temperatures, and also it's not meant for. All this stuff was built like in the 1950s, 1960s, like those old power lines, sidewalks. So a lot of bridges, like they've been like that and most of their shell lives are like 50 years. And think about it, since 1950, we're already 20 years behind. Like we should have been fixing this 20 years ago.
I don't know too much about roads, but in terms of power, like. In terms of power source, that's what really pisses me off. Like, we don't. Texas in general just refuses to adapt to anything. We're the stubborn ones, which I don't nowadays does not work.
It's because the Texas energy companies have a monopoly on our.
Oh yeah, because
they don't want the feds to regulate the energy production, and that's why Jerry Jones. Hey, fuck Jerry Jones.
Oh yeah.
I'm a Cowboys fan.
We'll talk about Jerry in a bit. We'll talk about Jerry in a bit. Don't worry. We'll say that for a bit. We'll talk about Jerry.
No, but Jerry's relevant right now because his energy company. Because remember, he's a big oil man.
Yeah.
What's it called? He's a billionaire in oil.
Yep.
His energy company is the one that's charged that like if you didn't like some people who didn't have a contract for their electricity, like they were paying thousands of dollars. I don't know if you saw that. They were charging them thousands of dollars per kilowatt.
Yeah, they were.
Just because power became so what's it called? Had such a high demand and there wasn't enough of it.
Oh yeah, no, there wasn't.
So people were getting power, like bro, they were getting. Imagine getting charged $10,000 for lights.
It's ridiculous, man.
Like that was one bill. I think that was the highest bill I saw.
It's just ridiculous, man.
That was okay. Man, the state of our state. I feel like after this we have to learn something, right? Like we have to.
Who knows?
After a pandemic, after this freezing, like you would hope.
You would hope, but I mean,
the hope in me is that people are finally awakening.
I mean,
to the idea that what's going on here in this country is almost unique because the problems we have could have been fixed years ago.
Oh yeah, but I mean, look who's in charge, Misa. It's Abbott and Cruz. They have not people. I hate the people that say that like, oh, Abbott had an investigation. And like, so why he had an investigation? He could have done more. Let's be real. He could have done a lot more. I'm tired of.
He's a thoughts and prayers politician.
I'm tired of people like giving politicians like a pass, like if they do one little thing. It's like they have a big responsibility. Don't get me wrong, they do, but that's why we elected them to take care of to be in charge of that big responsibility. Not take vacations.
It's time for you to go. If you can't handle it, it's time for you to go.
And it's not a bad thing if you can't handle it. It's just how it is. Some people can't. It's not a bad thing. I wouldn't be able to handle it. It's a lot. But
this is why we shouldn't idolize. Cause even like AOC, like not even idolize people like politicians like AOC, because politicians always need to be held accountable. And if you're not doing what you're elected to do, it's time for you to go. Like there's a reason elections are every 2 years and every 6 years. 2 years for the House, 6 years for the Senate, 4 years for the presidency. It's like if you're not doing your job, you're not holding up to high standard and doing what's supposed to be done to help the people. It's time for you to go.
Oh yeah, 1,000%.
I'm tired of these lifetime politics. I think
1,000%.
Like these Nancy Pelosi's, these even Democrats. I have like this is two-party system is ridiculous.
It's I've said this since I was a kid.
It's ruined us.
I've said this since I was a kid. Parties are literally the dumbest shit ever. We shouldn't. Why do we even have parties? It's not like it's only two, and like we expect one of them to have all our beliefs in like one side. Most of the time, people in between. Like we have some beliefs in one or the other. It's how people are. But some people are so stubborn. They're like, no, I believe everything this side has to say because I agree with one or two things of it. It's so dumb.
And then you get sued. Like you get me like I know. And because I've seen other countries the way they do it, like this is how, let's say, like AMLO in Mexico won, where Mexico was also they were dominated by a two-party system with PRI and PAN, mostly a PRI controlling for like 80 plus years, like controlling the presidency.
Yeah. But
it wasn't until people finally got fed up and they got rid of these, because there's no parties in the Constitution. Parties are not.
Yeah.
You can make an argument they're unconstitutional. You can even make an argument. I'm not gonna make that argument. You can make an argument.
I just don't know. I just think and
Mexico took their, even though AMLO did a lot of sketchy things, it's just because he's an old politician.
Yeah.
But still, there's a lot of good he did do. He has done for Mexico so far, especially with the vaccination movement. Like they're vaccinating people at a faster rate than we are.
Mm-hmm.
So I think what AMLO, what happened there is the people took back their government. I feel like that's just the way what we need to do now. People need to take back the government because it's belongs to us.
But it's the problem is, Misa, some people like the government as it is, which is dumb.
Bro, who likes the government? Tell me right now, like, if you like the government right now, the way it's treating us and the way it's handling this entire situation, you're more likely some of the most privileged people out there.
Well,
I
Misa,
could say someone else. So
Misa, look at Misa. It's not like it just happened this year, right? Like you agree, like it's been going on for years. But look at Trump supporters for one. Like they've been fine with this. They've been fine. They think everything's perfect when Trump was like running things, right?
Yeah, it's another problem. Misinformation is a big problem.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why. So misinformation also causes people to think we're in a good spot when we're honestly not.
This is why you need to manage your parents' Facebook. Anybody listening, see what they're looking at, because more likely they're looking at fascist propaganda.
Probably, yeah.
They used to tell us to be careful about social media. Now we got to take care of them.
I mean, there's a lot of obviously we can.
I just got a Facebook, and I just know it's gonna be full of Trump stuff.
I mean, obviously
not Trump stuff, but fascist conspiracy. He's probably gonna be talking about chips, tracking chips inside of everybody.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's my parents are like that too. But my mom more than anything. But yeah, but no, look, luckily I'm just happy I grew up in a family that like were realistic and they did not like Trump and they knew what Trump was and is.
And it just Trump is. People say America's better than this, and it's like, bro, like these are the type of people we've always had in power.
Yeah, exactly. No, you're right. You're right.
We've always had warmongers in power.
And then we have like that one or two good president in between, but they don't have enough time to fix all the wrong.
No, they're not even good. It's just most of the time they're just charismatic.
Yeah.
And they know how to cover it up. It's mostly a Democrat. Because remember, I'm pretty sure you see that joke. It's like when it's like conservatives dropping bombs, and it's like super like it's just a jet dropping a bomb.
Yeah.
And it's like Democrats dropping the bomb, and it's like the bomb's dropping, but the plane's like covered in stickers of like liberal jets, like Black Lives Matter, LGBTQ plus, like what's it called? But we're still dropping the bomb.
Yeah.
We're just, we're just inclusive.
Yes, you're right.
So
yeah.
It's like, they just make you charismatic, and their agenda goes away. Like suddenly, like remember all those problems that were going on pre-election?
Yep.
Suddenly, they're not good talking points. There were good talking points during the election, but suddenly now they're like, "Oh, don't talk."
Oh, like Biden with the cutting college tuition.
Oh yeah, or like the stimulus check being $2,000, but now they want to make it $1,400.
Dude,
or that they were not going to deport anybody anymore. They're still deporting people.
Look,
the list goes on.
I will say, I'm glad that Biden beat Trump, but not like I was super ecstatic about Biden either. Winning.
There's nothing to be excited about Biden.
Yeah, like
if anything, at the most, you're a transitional candidate to like getting away from people like Trump forever.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that's the only reason like people
like never going back there, saying that's like what Germany did. Like they realized what the Nazis were, and they literally put a red stain on it, and it's like we're never going back there again, and we're not gonna let it happen.
Biden was one of those guys that he had to win, or the bad guy would win. Like that's just how it was.
I mean, they're both dark. Like it's just like. Who's gonna lose? It's like the murderer or the crook.
That's true. I mean, it depends what's worse. Yeah, it just depends what's worse.
See, that's exactly why some people voted Trump and why some people voted Biden.
Yeah, no, you're right.
That's why it was such a highly contested debate to begin with.
Yeah, no, you're.
The reality, Bernie Sanders should have been the president.
That's facts.
We would have been saved now.
That's facts.
America would have been blossom.
That's facts.
One day, we're almost there. We're almost
there. I don't know.
We need at least maybe in 15 years we'll finally be.
Oh God!
That's in 15 years we'll be a socialist country. In 50 years we'll be a communist country.
That's your dream, Misa? That's your dream?
Communism wins in the long term.
That's your dream, Misa? Your dream?
I hope to be around in 50 years. I will be around. I'll be the head of the Communist Party.
Look, I will say, I don't believe any place should be 100% one thing. 100% capitalist, 100%. Because there's problems with each one, right? They should use each one to, like, in a combination that, like, helps each other fix each one's mistakes.
Because peace. our version of communism that we think what communism is. It's so whitewashed because we've always seen communism.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
you get me? Like
that's what they teach in school.
Schools have whitewashed us.
Yeah.
To believe that anything that isn't capitalism is the enemy.
Yeah.
It's terrible. It's garbage.
Yep.
So like that's another thing why like we think like, oh, it might not work, but in reality, look at China. Like they have a capitalistic economy, but they have there's when it comes to social issues, they're communists.
Yeah.
You get me? Like so there's no I know what you mean. There's no like 100%, but see like that's the point of like what people are trying to pass and all that things like there should be government regulated and then the free market and the government can live side by side, and the government should only be in there to stop crooks, like to stop exploitation. Just like in China, like I'm just seeing like a couple months ago, like some famous billionaire went missing, but because he was doing some sketchy stuff, so the government made him disappear. Mm-hmm. Obviously, we won't, we don't kidnap people.
Yeah,
we put them in prison, rightfully. But,
sure.
Obviously, we won't. We do the same thing. Look at Jeffrey Epstein. He got killed.
That's true.
He got killed in prison. That's true. So think about it. We do the same thing.
All right. Well, this was.
So this was.
This was a very insightful conversation.
We didn't expect to get there, but we said first episode we're gonna do politics, but look at that.
Hey, no, hey. I mean, it's what's happening. We said we were going to talk about what's going on in recent events, whether it's news, whether it's.
And then with all this freeze, obviously, you got.
Yeah, it's a big thing right now, especially in Texas.
Hey, Ray, if you're still here, Ray, you're probably not.
You're probably Ray's probably gone.
Or you turn this off.
Ray's another friend of ours. Yeah.
I hope you listen. I hope you.
But either way, let's go on to the next topic. I think we've made our point pretty clear.
Yeah, and I mean, it's gonna be the last time you
hear about so there's gonna be a quick segment where we give our artist of the week. Misa, who do you have as your artist of the week?
Ooh, I originally had someone else, but this week I decided, since it was really cold. You know how some music only really hits when it's cold.
Yeah.
Like, cause there's just it's jam. Cool.
Yeah.
There are Russian bands based at Russia. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. They are called Mochadoma.
Mochadoma?
Oh man, this is like, pale. Remember Pripyat, where the nuclear reactor exploded in Ukraine?
Yeah.
What's it called? How it's like super abandoned now, like super eerie.
Yes.
This is like eerie music.
Oh
like,
God.
I would play some, but it's gonna look up Mochadoma. It's Molcha Doma. Man, it's like Russian ghost music. Like you're being haunted, and it's cold outside.
Yeah.
And you're just dark. Like, who knows what they're singing about? Because they're speaking Russian. Like real quick.
I agree. All right.
I can play some on I'll play some real quick on my laptop.
You got do it for 3 seconds before you get copyrighted.
Oh, that's true. We can only do 3 seconds. Okay. Let's play from the beginning. Okay, that's not a good song.
What the fuck was that?
What, you didn't hear it?
Yeah, I heard it. It sounded weird as fuck.
No, that was the wrong song.
Oh.
I'll find another song.
All right. Well, while you.
But that's just.
All right.
If my friend Edgar ends up listening to this, my good friend Edgar, he knows what I'm talking about. This is Russian ghost music. He knows it.
All right. Well, while you're looking for a song, let me get my artist of the week. My artist of the week is The Killers. A little old-fashioned. Well, not too old-fashioned, but it's I don't know. Just been during the cold times. I like listening to some chill music. The Killers are pretty chill to me. Especially been listening to 2 songs, especially Mr. Brightside. Love Mr. Brightside and Somebody Told Me. They're good songs. Check them out. If you haven't heard them before, they're pretty good. I like The Killers.
Who are the Killers? What songs do they play? Like, remind me.
They're more rock. They're more like, kind of think of.
I'm pretty sure I've heard songs.
Let me see. Let me play a quick one. Okay, I'm playing just quick. But it's more like that type of music where it's like rock, but it's like calming though. It's not like heavy metal or anything like that.
And Mr. Brightside, that's not like a. I know that song.
Yeah, this one somebody told me.
Is that considered rock?
Kind of. Oh, nowadays, yeah, I guess technically it is. I forgot. There's a name for it because it's not classic rock. It's not. Forgot
it's modern rock.
It's modern rock. Yeah, it's more modern rock. Yeah. That's what it's called.
Well, let's look at on Wikipedia. What are they considered? Their genres: alternative rock, indie rock, post-punk, revival, wave, hardline rock, pop rock, synth pop. Okay.
Hopefully we don't get copyrighted for that little piece of thing I put.
I didn't hear anything. Okay, I think I found the song.
Oh, I didn't hear anything. Okay, I'm good. Then I'm good. I heard a little bit. I can't hear too much. Yeah, I didn't hear anything at all.
You don't hear anything?
No, nothing at all.
Probably just because there's noise the noise canceling.
Don't worry about it. Just tell people to check them out.
If you like eerie music, and especially it's not gonna be cold anymore, but it's a cold day. You want to hear some eerie music and some nice bass. Russian. The music's in Russian. You're not gonna understand anyway, but
all right.
But it's Max.
All right. Well, now let's move on to our towards our egg of this, not end of the segment, but like closer to the end of the show. I can't even speak. But let's move on to our favorite category that we always love to talk about. We always debate about sports.
Oh hell yeah!
We always love to talk about sports.
You know, it's one thing I want to open with just because it just happened.
Go for it.
I know this is. I watched the Australian Open, tennis finals,
yeah.
And wow, I am so impressed. I recently started getting into tennis.
I haven't.
I want to learn how to play tennis.
Have your little minute rant.
Like I watched both Naomi Osaka and Novak Djokovic just completely dominate. Like that was man, that was impressive. Even though the Novak, I only watched the first set. I mean, this thing was like at 3 a.m. It's 3:30 in the morning.
I get you.
So it was time to stay for bed. I stayed up for the Naomi Osaka one just because that was an intense match. But she had it all along. It was just so impressive the amount of how good they were, especially because Naomi just boom, wham bam, thank you, man. No, and Novak too. In the first one, they were going at it with some Russian dude from Moscow, 6'6", pale Russian dude, Medvedev or something like that. Just completely. The first round was good, and I was like, man, maybe. But I knew the moment Novak, the moment he won that first set, that other guy was never coming back. They were there was no way. Yeah. But man, especially the way he was serving, throwing heat. He was throwing a heater out there. It was 210 miles per hour. And aces. Man.
All right. Well, I'm gonna cut you there before you take more time. Tennis is good. I don't watch too much tennis, but I can't really comment on it. So
yeah, I feel you. I just wanted to mention it real quick, just because it just happened.
No, of course. There's no problem with that. No, always good to give shout out to other sports and people who will deserve it. So that's no problem. But let's talk about one thing. One thing I want to talk about there. I think we were talking about in the chat this morning. I don't know if you were part of it. Is Dak Prescott? Obviously, he's one of the big news along with Deshaun Watson and stuff. But us as Cowboys fans, I think we're a little more interested in what's going to go on with Dak Prescott and all that. So, what do you think? Your opinion that we should do about Prescott? Should we sign him? Franchise him?
Hey, look, I have two perspectives on this.
Okay.
There's two ways to look at it.
Okay.
There's the business side of it, and then there's the player side of it.
Mm-hmm.
The business side of it, okay, he just broke his ankle. The defense is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
The offensive line is old.
Mm-hmm.
We have positions there. We have weapons everywhere. So, obviously, you can sign and trade Dak Prescott.
Not really. I don't think you can.
No, because he's still. If you put him on the contract, and if you put him on the franchise tag, one more year, you trade him.
No, I don't think you can trade him. Actually, if you franchise him.
Yeah, you can. Le'Veon Bell got traded on a franchise.
No, he didn't. He got a contract. He was a free agent. Remember?
But you can be traded on a franchise tag. I know you can.
All right, you continue. I'll switch it up.
What's it called? Anyways, what was I saying? Okay, so yeah, there's a player side of it. No, the business side of it, where maybe it's better to move on. You have to pay him a lot of stuff, and you got to fill up a lot more positions, and you can get a lot of draft picks. Because people are gonna oversell, especially like a mediocre team, like mediocre.
Okay, so
the Raiders.
Okay, so sorry to interrupt.
The Vikings, yeah.
So a franchise or transitional player essentially has a de facto no trade clause. So I think he can veto on not being able to be traded.
So he can be traded
if he agrees. He has to agree to it. Yeah, because either way, he can't be traded until he signs the tag. So he can just say, "I'm not going to sign the tag too."
But also, they would trade him to wherever he wants to go.
Yeah, they would have to, but who's going
to... But at least they would give him the option. You get me?
Yeah.
Especially because we have a good offense.
Mm-hmm.
We do need a good quarterback though, because there's a lot of.
I think Dak is good though.
But he is good. I would, as a player, which I lean more to the player perspective as he's earned that money. Mm-hmm. And if anything, he proved he could put up points, and at the end of the season we couldn't put up points. We lost a lot of games because we couldn't score the ball.
Mm-hmm.
So even though our defense was terrible, those first games, we were scoring the ball. We were scoring. And so, if anything, it's not. I would prefer to sign him because we're still gonna win. He'll win us 10 games a season, 12, 11 games a season.
Mm-hmm.
But will he win it? I feel like it's gonna be Kirk Cousins. May not win a Super Bowl, especially because at least for the next 3 years, I don't see us winning a Super Bowl next 3 years.
No, near do I. But look, either way, we should. I think we both agree this Jerry Jones has screwed this whole situation up to begin with.
Jerry Jones is a piece of garbage.
He really did mess up the situation, because before we were arguing that should Dak get paid 35? Now 35 seems like a steal, to what he'd be signing at this point. Because I saw something, I think it was I saw ESPN First Take, and they were talking about how it's even if Dak signs a franchise the next 2 years again, he'll make $120 million over the 3 years he's been franchised. So either way, he would have made his $40 million a year pretty much, over being franchised 3 times.
Which that's another thing. He's making a lot of cash. That's another thing. What's a good thing about the franchise, that it's not all bad for the player, because you get a lot of money.
Yeah, but it's worse for our cap though. That's the thing.
It's bad for us. Well, our cap, we get cap every year. We get the salary cap every year. So it's whatever.
I don't know. I think it's pretty big.
We'll have enough money. It's just we'll have that money next year, and it just limits us to what we can do today. That's exactly why. He was on the tag this year. We had to pay him the tag, and that's why we would not get zero people on the defense.
Look, we should. We need a lot fixed. We need O-line and defense fixed for sure. But to be fair, it's not. We should have signed Dak long ago. That's number one. But forgetting that, we need to sign him already. Either way, we have to. There's no point in us not signing him at this point. I know we can technically trade or draft a quarterback, but even if we draft one, are we really going to be sure he's going to be? Well, the quarterbacks that we'd probably draft is what are the names again? I know not Zach Wilson.
Yeah, I haven't looked at draft boards.
But most of them are projects. The only 2 I know that are pretty good, obviously.
Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence is God. Okay, in college football, he's
a god arm.
Yeah, so he's for sure going to be the number one. Not even a doubt about that. Jacksonville's going to be pretty good in the future, but and then the next one is Zach Wilson that everyone's been raving on recently. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know too much about Zach Wilson, but I know a lot of people are raving on him recently. But even then, it seems like a lot of the quarterbacks are kind of projects at this point, which is not really that exciting to see. So even if we drafted a QB, would he really start, and would he really? He has the weapons, but the O-line's garbage, and so the defense. So it's a lot of pressure on a rookie to have him score every time he goes down the field. It's a lot. Like you.
Yeah, no, that's just another thing. I was like, bro, Jerry Jones. Okay, what's gonna happen? This contract is gonna happen. It's gonna happen at whatever price. It's gonna happen they're gonna find a price eventually. Yeah. Someone's gonna give. Just for the fact that Jerry Jones doesn't like to rebuild, he wants to be relevant every year.
Minimum.
Because even when we suck, we're relevant.
I mean.
So, but obviously, if you suck for like, okay, we haven't won a Super Bowl in 25 years.
Yeah.
But besides not winning a Super Bowl in 25 years, at least we've had decent records. Sometimes,
mostly at an 8.
We're competing to make the playoffs. We're in the playoffs, so we just missed the playoffs. Like, you know, we're not bottom of the barrel Jacksonville. Like, we haven't been first overall.
That's true, but that's also. But to be fair, Misa, it's also thanks to our division kind of being trash over the years. Most years, I know they won. Technically, like over the past 10 years, we won 3 Super Bowls right in our division. But at the same time, most of those, except the Eagles one, those Giants one were like low records. Like that they were like bottom.
The Giants are like 9-7.
Yeah, they were bottom seed.
I think they were 9-7 in both.
Yeah.
Super Bowls.
So I mean, it's not like we haven't had our chances to, and it's just been our division's just been bad. That's another reason we've looked better also than we actually are over the years.
Yeah, but still, I think Jerry wants to win now.
He's always wanted to win now.
So that's exactly why he spent so much money on receivers. Spent so much. I mean, we have good tight ends. He spent so much money even on the offensive line, even though they're broken. He spent some money on the running back too.
Yeah.
He just doesn't want to win. He wants to win. You know, scoring 50 points. He wants to be what the Chiefs were last year.
Yeah, that's his dream.
Not this season, last season.
Yeah.
The Chiefs this year were a little anemic. Like, they were too cocky.
Yeah, they were.
And then bit him in the ass.
Yeah, they really did.
Because, like, come on, dude. Like, you're talking about chasing, being, greatest team to ever play any sport.
And they get beat up like
bro,
that.
Like, you're playing Tom Brady, bro. Like, you're going to have to bring your A game. Like, you can't be cocky.
No, you cannot. Brady. You cannot.
Like, there's a reason that guy has won 7 Super Bowls now.
Oh, yeah.
7. Remember when he won 7 in your connected careers? They're like, oh, can't believe you gave Brady one more ring. He got it anyways.
Yeah. He got it anyway.
He got the 7th one anyway, so that's why B's putting Diego, our other friend, on the Broncos.
Okay, no, do not start that, because first of all, it was random, and I showed you all the random, and you guys did not say anything until like weeks after it already happened.
Okay, leave this in the comments. There is no comments, or message us.
Well, it might be in comments. I might put this on. I might put this on YouTube as well. We'll see.
This is unfair if you think, even if it's random, you put yourself this is the Madden 2021 connected careers.
I did not put myself there. First of all,
between all of us, and Beast ended up coincidentally he did the coin toss.
I showed it on video. I showed it on video. I showed it on video.
This is no context. We don't need context. So I was in context. And he ended up on the Buccaneers, which conveniently just won the Super Bowl.
Yes.
With his backup quarterback.
To be fair, I didn't have Antonio Brown.
So, did you have Leonard Fournette? Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't either.
Oh, you did?
I had Rojo.
Oh, and he had a good. Yeah, Rojo's good too.
Yeah, Rojo's pretty good.
But he ended up on, and then he's played Madden a couple years.
Yes, I have.
But he put himself on the Broncos.
Did not put myself.
Probably the best team in the NFL.
Yeah.
Buccaneers.
Yeah.
And then our friend Diego, who just joined, this is his first time ever playing Madden. He gets put on the Broncos. We know what the Broncos were.
Hey, to be fair, I also said if we should lower the difficulty, and most people said no, we shouldn't. Why should we just do it for a few people?
Yes.
You were one of the ones that said yes, but other ones said.
For this.
Serge and Ray, and I think also Tony said no.
But you didn't back me hard enough.
No, I did. To be fair, I didn't. You're right. I did not do that. I will admit that.
I was the only one that was fully committed to actually changing.
Yes. To be fair, I will give you that.
Even though we're playing on All Pro without playing on All Madden, ever playing all Madden on Madden. It's scary.
Oh yeah, oh my gosh, I'll never forget.
I never forget when I threw like 8 interceptions in one game. And I got blanked. It was 0. They left me at 0.
This was in Madden 18, by the way, not Madden 21. But yes.
Yeah, Madden 18. I can't believe I got left at 0. I've never been left at 0.
Bro, it was impossible to be a QB there, dude. Like, my God.
That was. How do people do it? I don't know. It can't be. You're not gonna run an air raid.
I remember, like, I think each of us. What was the team that beat each of us or like shut us down? They were the one team that like beat each of us and just shut us down completely.
It was the was it the Saints? Yeah, it was the Saints.
The Saints probably, yeah.
But hey, when we simulated that season, because remember we simulated.
I mean, that does not simulation does not count. First of all,
my guy, even though I'm not saying I won, my player won the Super Bowl. So.
All right. Let's just
shit.
Yeah, for real. We're talking about a topic that no one even else knows about besides our friends. So.
And besides us.
Yeah, besides us. So let's get.
The only ones listening at first.
So let's talk about some. I think it's a good time to change it up. You know what? I say we just go to who you think your MVP is this year so far.
For what?
For NBA. Well, I mean,
the NBA. Oh, you want to go to the NBA? Man, last night, I don't want to go straight to MVP. I just want to talk about how last night, that game between the Heat and the Lakers reminded me of last year's finals. Like, man, the way they battled that, and of course, LeBron passed up on the last shot. Yes. I'm a LeBron sympathizer, but I am not a LeBron fanatic. So,
yeah.
LeBron passed it up again. LeBron James.
He passed it to Caruso, bro. Like, look.
Wash King.
I get LeBron. Look, I get when LeBron passes it to a sniper. Like when that time I know it was a couple years ago when he was on Cleveland. Skip Bayless also brings it up when he passes it to Kyle Korver. Kyle Korver's a sniper, so I get that. But he passed it to Alex Caruso, bro. Come on. Yes, I know.
It was a good shot.
It was okay, but it's not his shot though.
He didn't want it. Like. You knew when
that's not, but that's not Alex Caruso's shot. It's just not.
Like, Alex Caruso shat his pants because that ball was like that ball he completely missed. Like it was in and out.
No, yeah, it was bricked hard.
Missed it like that. Like it was like
it was bricked
hard.
He
didn't want that shot.
No,
he didn't want the shot.
He did it.
It just reminded me even what I was watching earlier. This is gonna be relevant soon. Donovan Mitchell when he played against the Lakers midweek. Yeah. That game was also like. He made like 2 threes at the end. He made the game was over. It was like the Lakers were up like 9 with like a minute left, so like 50 seconds. Yeah. But hey, he kept it tight. Like they made him sweat it all the way to the end. And like Donovan Mitchell, like he scored like 9 points in that last minute. Yeah. So like he made him sweat. And they even had a chance at the end. It's just I remember something wacky happened. And like the wacky stuff never makes it on the end highlights. Yeah. Especially when they think the game's over. Yeah. So
if we're talking about what happened last night, let's also talk about the Hornets Warriors game. Where that was a good game. Draymond. I only saw the ending. I know people are talking about the refs, and a lot of Warrior fans are like, "Oh, the refs messed it up." I get the timeout, yes, but you were still up by 4. Like if Draymond doesn't get technical, you probably still win the game.
No, they were up 2. They were only up 2 because they.
No, because at the time of the jump ball, they were up 4.
No, they were up 2.
They were up 4.
The two technical free throw shots they made tied the game.
Yeah, it didn't.
So there was 10 seconds left. When this happened.
No, I know that's
at the end of the game.
I know. I'm pretty sure that Draymond got the technical.
I'm looking at it right now. It was 2 points. 2-point game.
Let me see.
I'll make it as.
Okay, well, I look for it also. Anyways, but Draymond still messed it up.
Here. Terry Rozier. See, look, jump ball, Wanamaker. It was 198 when the jump ball happened.
Oh, it was 198. So it was a 2-point game. Oh yeah, you're right. It was a 2-point game. You're right.
And then Draymond got 2 technical fouls in a row.
You're right.
And Terry Rozier made the 2 free throws. And then Draymond was ejected, obviously.
Yeah.
And then Terry Rozier made the
game-winning,
9 seconds left.
Yeah, game-winning shot, yeah.
Well, then they got the ball because,
technical free throw, yeah.
Jump off.
Yeah.
And he made that amazing buzzer beater.
Yeah, that buzzer beater was amazing. But see what I mean? Like, at worst,
the Hornets are scared good.
Oh, yeah, no, they're not going to win anything, but they have a future. Rozier took a step in the good direction this year. Rozier's been really good. Rozier's like I think shooting 50% from the field and almost like 48% from three. He's fucking.
They were talking about something he did that only like the last person do is what's his name like Will Chamberlain. I don't know if it was him or some other. He shot like someone shot 80% from the field like on a day they scored 50. Oh, I think it was I don't know. I think it was Jamal Murray. Sorry, it was Jamal Murray.
Oh yeah, Jamal Murray. Yeah, he had a
54 game.
That last time there was a lot of last time there was a lot of good stuff.
Oh no, the 50-point game was like
Friday, right? It was Friday, wasn't it?
I'm talking about, like right now I'm recapping the week
in general. Okay.
So like the weekend NBA, like I know Joel Embiid also dropped 50.
Oh yeah. I think
we want to talk about a baller, Joel Embiid. Wow.
He's been killing it this year. He's finally showing.
I love watching Sixer games.
Joel Embiid's finally showing where everyone thought he could be. Like, to put it like he's been good the past few years.
Like 40 a night, almost 40.
Yeah, a night. He's been good the past few years, but this is what people expected of Joel Embiid mostly, to be dropping 30, 11, and 3. Like that's what everyone thought prime Joel Embiid would be.
But look, I mean, how old is he?
He's 28. 26. He's 26. He's 26.
Yeah, he's not that old.
Oh no, it's because he feels like he's been here forever. That's why.
Well, it's because he got drafted at 18.
That's true. That's true.
I know these guys get drafted at 18, so it's like, or 18, 19.
That's
so
true.
Like they take forever to blossom.
No, you're right. You're right.
But man, like, dude, he's so smooth. Like, he's smooth. He keep Olajuwon. Like, he crosses people up. Like, he's playing point center at 7'2".
No,
he's fading away, stepping out to 3 step backs.
I mean, he's just more efficient at it now. It's crazy. Like he's just been really good this year, and he's doing it more in the paint as well. He's taking jumpers, but not as many as he did. That was the problem people had.
He's getting to the basket.
Yes, which is like he should be.
And like he's just bullying people, even on the defensive end. Like he's like block.
Yes.
And his blocks are so simple. Like he's literally already like the last time I saw someone this dominant on the defensive end, it was Tim Duncan. Like when he won Defensive Player of the Year.
Garnett, you can put Garnett in that conversation. Yeah, no.
Garnett,
defensively, no. I'm not. No, Tim Duncan's much better than Garnett, right? But like defensively, Garnett was really good as well. That's in terms of talent. That's in terms of talent.
Was better on the defensive end.
No, I think Tim Duncan was better on the defensive end. I agree.
So since Duncan, like he was like just the way he protected the rim, like that's why, like he always protected the rim.
Mm-hmm.
He had a lot of blocks, a lot of rebounds. Like I'm just looking at Joel, like man, like the man child.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like I can't. He's not a man child anymore. He's a man. 26.
For real.
What's it called? He's a man. He's a man playing out there with boys.
Yeah, that's the way he's playing right now. He's just dominating. He's just killing everyone.
You can't guard him. So if he keeps this up in the playoffs, like you can't guard him.
I mean, honestly, the way he's playing now, he can keep it up in the playoffs. I think.
Not even AD can guard him. AD's not even a good on-ball defender. Like, AD's going to have to be a good on-ball defender to guard Embiid, and AD is not. Anthony Davis is just not a good on-ball defender.
He's good defensively, but he's not physical. That's the thing. That's always been his issue. He's not a physical guy. Especially in the playoffs, that's when it matters. He worked with LeBron James a lot because he's more finesse, and that works with LeBron because they're like alley-oop, pick and roll. That's what he really wants.
They spread the floor.
Like LeBron James would rather have Anthony Davis than Embiid because Anthony Davis fits LeBron's game a lot more. Because Anthony Davis is probably better. I would say Anthony Davis is better off the dribble than Embiid. Like he could take those mid jumpers, I think, at a more efficient rate than Embiid. But in terms of going to the paint, posting up, Embiid's much better. He just is.
Man, honestly, like I've watched a lot of Sixers games this year, and honestly, like. Right now, I see Embiid's better than AD at everything.
Yeah, right now I would.
At a lot of Embiid. Like we've been waiting for. Isn't AD older than Embiid?
I think it's about.
We haven't seen Anthony Davis have that MVP year.
Yeah, we never.
Maybe that year.
He had a good year one year, but like.
But I'm talking MVP level.
Yeah, no, like he had the numbers, but he didn't have the record. That's the thing. What was it?
Yeah, but
he had like 28 points one year.
MVP is about the best player on the best team.
Yeah, because for 2 years he averaged 28 points and 10 rebounds. He had good numbers, but again, they weren't like winning. This was when he was with the Pelicans.
Yeah, but I mean, the MVP is about being best player on the best team.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, Joel Embiid is literally the best player.
Yeah, because if you took both, and if you took both, Davis probably was better like last few years, but this year and for sure this year Embiid's been better.
Well, it's because Anthony Davis he's playing with LeBron. What's the pressure's not on you? The pressure's on LeBron.
That's true.
And Embiid over here was like, bro, trust the process. They're hyping it up for years.
Yeah.
About how they were suddenly gonna be this good team, and then they haven't been able to make that push.
I mean, to be fair, that was Embiid's fault too, because like he was always out of shape coming into the season, but now he actually
shape. It's just he's a big boy.
He is a big boy, but like dude, like in the beginning of the season, he was always like. In the beginning of the season, he was always like, it seemed like he was always tired early on, like when he shouldn't be.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like and also that's another reason why he got hurt. He got hurt a lot.
Yes, exactly.
I feel like now he's taking it more.
Oh yeah, no, now you can tell he took it. He's taking it a lot more seriously.
And hopefully he doesn't get hurt. Yeah, I really want to see him.
Yeah, I want to see him too. I want to see him. This is what everyone's been wanting to see the Sixers as, because Ben Simmons has been pretty good too, honestly, and they've been working really well together finally. This is what everyone, especially Sixers fans, they've been wanting this for years.
Ben Simmons plays some killer defense.
Dude, like, he's so locked down.
You would think I'm a Sixers fan from all the Sixers.
Yeah, for real.
I don't know why they're always on TV.
I mean, they're fun to watch. They've always been pretty fun to watch.
And this year, they just feel they have that spark, especially because Embiid is just like, man, like, there's no one in the league who's gonna guard.
No.
There's no one.
No, not really. No, I can't think of anyone.
Yeah, it's like when Dirk in his prime, like. He's so tall. He has that jump shot, silky smooth jump shot, like, and then he's big. You get me? Like he's not a lanky.
Because even Giannis, who's long, he's not as strong as Embiid or bulky as Embiid. He just isn't. Like, so I remember when Embiid went at Giannis, like he was bullying him I think it was last year. Like when they went at each other, Joel Embiid was bullying Giannis. Like it was bad.
It's Giannis he's lanky. That's why. I mean, he's strong.
He is strong, yeah.
Take guards
but
and forwards.
Yeah.
But like to challenge a center, like
it's
he'll
different.
challenge some centers.
Yeah.
Joel Embiid is like the center.
Yeah, because Joel Embiid has a throwback center's body, but he has some of the movement of today's centers.
He has the skill.
Yeah.
Of Hakeem Olajuwon.
Yeah.
I remember when they compared him to Hakeem Olajuwon, people were like, "Oh,
a little too much," but no.
That's so too much, but man, I believe it.
I believe it too.
I believe it
too.
Especially the Sixers, come on, like you just gotta bring Philadelphia one title and you're a legend.
Oh yeah,
the city of Philadelphia one. Look at Nick Foles.
Yeah.
Ever.
But to be fair, that was their first championship too. The Eagles' first championship.
The Sixers haven't won since what? Since Dr. J.
Yeah, you're right. It's been a long time. It has been a long time.
Or like Will Chamberlain was on the Sixers. Was on Philadelphia, not the Sixers. He was in Philadelphia.
Look, to me, Joel Embiid's the MVP of the season. Like I know people talk about LeBron, but it's Joel Embiid. He's just been baller this season, bro. You can't tell me LeBron's been having a better season than Embiid. You just can't. Yeah. I won't believe you. Like
if I had to have 3 people running for MVP, because we still got a lot of season to go.
Yeah, of course. But at the moment.
But right now, MVP, like top 3 right now, Donovan Mitchell.
Okay.
Joel Embiid and Jokic.
For me,
I love that the centers are back, man. I love that centers are back. I love center. I played center in basketball for as long as I played basketball. Even to this day, when I play basketball, it's always like, "Hey, you get down there."
For me, it's my top 3 would be 1 is Embiid. I think 2 is LeBron. I think, and then 3 is Jokic would be higher, but his record needs to be better. Like it's just not a good record right now.
They started off slow.
Yeah, he can end up.
There's still a lot of season.
Oh yeah, again, yeah. There's still a lot of season to go.
Especially because the Nuggets have proven that they can be a top seed.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Donovan's been really good, but he hasn't put up the numbers like some of these guys have either.
Hey, he's the best player on the best team.
Yeah, right now, but I mean, it's not like but LeBron has better numbers. He's only a few games behind. It's not like he's like eternally behind.
Giannis won MVP.
Yeah, but Giannis also has the best record.
But see, that's what I mean. Like, it's the best player on the best team.
But he had the numbers and he also had the numbers though. It's not like he just.
But I mean, last year, like, did you really were like?
No, I thought LeBron would win it, but I mean, Giannis was second. It's not like he wasn't there. Not like he was.
Last year, LeBron, really?
Well, who do you think won last year?
LeBron, like people always on LeBron, like number 2 for MVP.
I mean, who? It was between LeBron and Giannis. Who else was it gonna be? I mean, dude, Giannis averaged 28.
Maybe I'm glad Giannis won.
I mean, Giannis averaged 28, 11 rebounds, and 6 assists. I mean, those are pretty MVP type numbers with the best record last year in the league. So, I mean, you can make the argument he deserved the MVP as well. I mean, it was between him and LeBron. I thought LeBron earned it a bit more. I'm not saying it was the overwhelming favorite LeBron. I understand why Giannis won, but I think LeBron deserved it a bit more last year.
Let's see. Donovan mentioned that having 24.6 points a game. Yeah, he's top 15, man. But I just feel like, just because, I mean, I've seen him play, and, man, like,
no, he's
24 points a game, but, like, he's doing everything.
Like, no, I will say, yes, those 24 points are, like, they're all meaningful in that game. Like, it feels like all the points he scores are very meaningful. Like, they're in good moments.
His pretty sure his plus minus is pretty high.
Oh, yeah, I imagine it is, too.
I wouldn't doubt it.
No, I wouldn't doubt it either.
Or, like,
his plus minus,
he's good right now.
He's a 6.6 plus minus.
He's not gonna be MVP just because the Wizards are garbage. With
Bradley Beal, yeah.
But if he was on a good team, man, you'd be running for MVP. But yeah, right. The people were surprised he even became an All-Star, which I was like, bro, he's obviously an All-Star. Like,
he is.
Who are you kidding? Like,
he should have made it last year too.
Team.
He should have made it last year.
He's on a terrible team.
Yeah.
Like, doesn't mean he's a terrible player.
No, yeah.
But, so like that's another guy I would throw in there. Or like. Maybe not throw in there, but throw into the MVP candidate. But hey, if he's ever on a good team, hey, obviously it looks like he's committed to making Washington a good team.
He's trying. He is really trying.
And I mean, Westbrook is just. This was inevitable for Westbrook. Like there was the day it was gonna come. He's already 32.
Yeah, he's getting better at the season is, but it's not. He's still not the same.
Not everybody's gonna be LeBron. Not everybody's gonna be LeBron. Being 36 years.
I mean, no one's really been LeBron, to be fair, in terms of age.
Or like Tom Brady or players that play, you don't have to be LeBron because there's other players like Vince Carter that play.
Yeah.
Well, like they play well into their old 30s.
Yeah.
To their late 30s. But like it's also like in soccer, I see a lot like there's players that last to the 38, 35, and then there's players that as soon as they turn 31, 32, it's like, well, you had a good run.
Yeah. That's true.
Like for the moment you played great, but you weren't meant to have.
It's because Westbrook's game has always been about his athleticism, and like that was always gonna go out. Like he never really adapted it to anything else.
If he had become like a sniper, like a shooter,
yeah,
like a killer shooter, he would have been great.
I mean, what Steph Curry's 32 or 31, and he's still killing the league right now.
And like Steph Curry can be a number 2. Westbrook has to be number 1.
Yeah, Westbrook can be a 1. I mean, yeah, Westbrook can be a Curry can be a number 1 or 2. I mean. Like they're just
One thing, one person I do think like I know he's a starter for the West in the All-Star game. Like Luka, I don't think Luka deserves.
No, not over Lillard right now. I love Luka. Luka's really good.
He's playing well, but it's like
his team's not putting up like the winning that they need to be a starter.
Even though he's scoring the points, just like Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal's not a bad team, but Bradley Beal. But I feel like what's going on in Dallas is like there's players that are on better teams having the same amount of good a season. Yeah,
like
and they didn't get him
like for the West. I would argue Lillard should have been there instead of Luka as a starter. I think Luka should make the All-Star game. I mean, he does have really good numbers, but not as a starter.
But even like Zach LaVine, like you can say
Zach LaVine needs to be in the All-Star game.
Zach LaVine and Luka are having the same kind of season because also both teams have pretty much around the same record. And Zach LaVine didn't make the All-Star game, but Luka did.
Well, I mean, but they're on different conferences. First of all,
but I mean, and that's what that proves my point even more because the West is even more competitive.
Oh yeah, it's a lot more competitive. You're right. It is a lot more competitive.
But that's kind of like, if anything, Luka's easily a reserve just because. Also because I mean, I know it's the fat vote they got him in because he has the whole European.
Yeah,
whole European continent to vote for him.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true.
Yeah, the whole and the whole state of Texas to vote for him.
That's very true.
Like, hey, he was bound. He's gonna be there every year. He's gonna be like Dirk. It was a, 15-time All-Star.
For real. For
just because he's always gonna win the popular vote.
Oh yeah, 1,000%.
And then if the Mavs somehow like one year become like the number 1 seed again, like he's gonna be like all-time vote getter. You get me? Like
yeah, he probably will.
Because I mean he's only what, like 23?
I think he's 22 or 21. I don't think
he's
might be 21. I think he's 21. For real.
It's like, how that? You're good than us.
He is, bro. Holy shit, that's crazy.
So we're getting at that point when now we're watching sports like, oh shit, like these guys are younger than us, or they're our age.
They're faster, taller, better.
Like Joel is
stronger.
He's 26. He's 2 years older than us.
Yeah.
He's 3 years older than you because you haven't turned 24.
That's crazy.
Child.
That's crazy.
Child.
That's crazy. Bro, Ben Simmons. I think Ben Simmons is our age.
Is he?
I think so.
Or he's from the same age group as us.
Yeah, around there.
So like, he might be a little bit older, might be a little bit younger.
That's crazy, man. This is crazy.
That is pretty insane.
But go for it.
So you know what? Now I want to move on.
All right.
And since because we talked a good amount of NBA.
Yeah, we have.
I want you to tell me right now. We're gonna do 2 lists. First, I want you to tell me your top 5 teams right now. Power rankings. Go.
Power rankings. Okay, top 5 teams. I'm gonna go totality in the NBA. Right.
You don't have to go by record. This could
no. Yeah, this
could be the Minnesota Timberwolves, and you're like, man, I see something in the Timberwolves, and they're just gonna turn it around.
I get you.
The number 1.
Look, no, I'll start for number 5. I'll go 5-1 just to make it better. On number 5, I have the Clippers. The Clippers have been playing pretty well this year. Not a lot of talking, which I kind of like. I will admit I had the Clippers winning it last year, so it was disappointing. But this year they've been pretty good. I think their starting lineups better than last year. Reserves is questionable, but I mean they've been playing better though. So they're my number 5. Number 4, I'm gonna say Brooklyn right now. Brooklyn. The only reason I don't have Brooklyn higher is because there've been a lot of players going in and out of the lineup. They're not playing consistently enough together, I don't think, at the moment. When they do, they've been balling. Don't get me wrong. They've been balling. But they still need to figure out on defense. And that's my main problem with them not getting enough reps so far to get together as a unit. Is to find out that defensive identity of what they're going to do. Because they're going to, in the playoffs, they're going to play a lot of defense. I mean, it's going to be them on the court most of the time. So they need to see how they're going to work with each other defensively. Offensively, they're going to figure it out. They're just that talented. James Harden's an amazing passer and stuff. So they'll figure it out on offense. Offense is not where it's defense. Number 3, I have the Los Angeles Lakers. I've been LeBron's still trying to hold the ship. He's done a good job with AD out so far. They'll probably go lower on my list of the season as a few weeks go on because they're going to be without AD. But they've been pretty good. And with AD, they're probably the favorites to win it, honestly, with AD. So I'm not going to take them like lower on the list yet. I don't think they've earned to be lower. No, they had a loss to Miami.
They're defending champions.
They're defending champions, exactly. It's kind of hard to take them off here.
Some credit, I guess.
Yes. So I mean, I gotta keep them at 3. Number 2, I have the Sixers. We've been talking about Joel Embiid. He's been fucking balling. He's been doing good. Ben Simmons has been balling too. The unit seems like it's working a lot. Tobias Harris, has been pretty good as well. Like, that team's just been really gluing together. They've been good. I think they'll probably finish the number 1 seed. I know Brooklyn's behind them. But, I mean, right now, Philadelphia is a second best team. They're a tough out for anyone at all. And then, number 1, I got to give Utah credit. They've been playing really well together. I don't think in my opinion, they're not going to make a huge splash in the playoffs, but right now, they're playing really well. I just gotta give them credit. I gotta give them their credit. They're playing team basketball. They've been playing pretty good defense. Mitchell's been balling. He's not scoring as much as you would think for an MVP, but he's scoring when he needs to, not just because he has to. So he's been really good. So Utah's number 1 on my list.
He's a great team player.
He's a great team player. Yes. So that's my list. So,
okay. For me, I want to start with number 5.
Mm-hmm.
With number 5, I have the Los Angeles Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think I'm a Laker hater. I put him at number 5. I wasn't even gonna put him in here, but whatever. You have to give him respect. I mean, I'm a Laker hater. Like it or not, I'll always hate the Lakers no matter what. That is just my job. Like I enjoy it. But you gotta give them credit here. I mean, they're especially with AD. There's defending champions. LeBron's still LeBron. He's not going anywhere. Just like Tom Brady. You can't count him out.
No, you cannot.
Even though you want to all the time.
That's true.
But that's exactly how it is. And I mean, they'll still be there in the Western Conference Finals. They're probably going to be in the finals for sure. Even with this team, even if I have Western teams ahead of them right now, as of this point, they're probably still going to be in the finals. Number 4, I have the Utah Jazz. The Utah Jazz have been playing great basketball. They got really hot. I think they lost. They won 19? They won 20 out of 21 games. They won a 9-game win streak. That just got snapped recently before they lost to the Lakers. And they look really hot. They look good. But I was watching it and I'm like, it just feels like another number 1 seed let down, like how Milwaukee is, or how they're just not tested in the. Every great team has to meet their force that stops them, and I just think they're too young. Maybe only 2 years, or maybe never. Utah's cursed. Thanks, Jordan.
That is true.
Thank you, Jordan. So who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen there? Number 3, I have the Los Angeles Clippers. Kawhi the Cyborg.
Oh yeah.
Playing great defense. I was watching the other game. They had I was watching a Clipper game earlier. I forgot who they're playing, but when people were being carded by Paul George or Patrick Beverly, they were 0 for 18 that game.
Yep.
So it was that was insane. That was an insane stat. So whoever George and Beverly were guarding, they didn't make a basket. So and George, he's always covering at least your first best player, your second best player every night. Because Kawhi, Kawhi's taking out. Kawhi's almost never guarding the best player.
Oh yeah. Not anymore.
Because he doesn't need to.
Yeah.
He's above it. Savage. I mean, number 2, I have the Philadelphia 76ers. The Sixers are my second team. Edgar, if you're still here, go Sixers. Big Sixers fan. Not even from Philadelphia, but loves them anyways. It's the heart that matters. Yep. But the Sixers, Joel Embiid unstoppable. He's unstoppable. No one's gonna stop him, and no one will stop him for the rest of the season. And it's just the reality. At the end of the day, you're gonna have to beat other teams are gonna find other ways to beat them. You're just gonna have to find another way to beat them. Just don't, if you let everyone else not beat you, just let Joel beat you, then you're probably gonna win that game. So that's another reason I have him at number 2. At number 1, it's Brooklyn. And even if they don't win the title, man, I see the way they're gonna score. Even in a low scoring game, you can tell other teams get intimidated for the fact that hey guys, we're gonna have to drop a lot of points today because we're playing against the Nets, and they could easily drop 150 on us. And we're gonna have to be on our A game tonight. You have to be on your A game, to beat the Nets. They might play terrible defense. You got to be on your A game every night just because of the fact that they can drop so many points on you so quickly. And it goes back to how I felt when I was watching Golden State, with Kevin Durant, his last healthy years. It's a 10-point game, but you just know, just snap of a fingers, it's a tie game where they have the lead. They can have the lead, and that's for any team that's terrifying, no matter how bad your defense is. Especially because defense, they're gonna figure it out. They'll figure it out. But yeah, Give me the Nets.
That's a good list. The Nets. I'm with you there. It's just that I want to see them play more together for defense. That's about it. But other than that, you're right about offense. They're gonna score they can easily score 150 a night in the playoffs. They really want to.
Especially because they're mercenaries.
They are.
You get me? That's all. That's all. It feels like what Kyrie, KD, and Harden are doing in Brooklyn. Brooklyn was nowhere. They had nothing, and now they're just missionaries here on one reason and one reason only: is to score the basketball.
It's just so because. Even if you stop one of them, or even 2, one of them can still go off for 40 easily. Maybe even 50 that night, depending.
I know they've been struggling to play all 3 of them at the same time. But if anything, dude, that's amazing. That's an amazing problem problem to have because James Harden usually comes off the bench, or you just have Kyrie more or you can even have him as just a plain shooter. You get me? Like you don't have.
That's what he's been doing recently. Yeah. No, you're right. That's what they've been doing because James Harden's a much better point guard than Kyrie. That's how it is. I mean, James Harden passes the ball really well. He has good vision.
No, but I know the other problem was also that like. Because Kyrie, like you just can't play all three of them no matter in what, like, or like you can play Harden and KD together.
Yeah.
You can play Harden and Kyrie together. You can play Kyrie and KD together. But like all three of them on the court at the same time, it's just deadly. They'll find there's plenty of games left.
Yeah, they'll find a way. I'm with you there. They'll find a way.
They're gonna figure something out. Even though I'm not confident in Steve Nash, I just feel like those guys are high caliber players. 2 champions.
Yep.
On the team, they're gonna figure
it
out.
An MVP as well. 2 MVPs as well. They're ballers.
Exactly. So
I'm with you there.
Like they'll make the finals. I mean, the only way I say like is just they won't be able to guard Joel Embiid, but I mean, come on, Embiid, one dragon versus a 3-headed dragon. It's his Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon you're working with.
The 3-headed Blue Eyes White Dragon. Yeah, you're right. You're right about that.
So.
All right.
That was a good talk. About basketball. I think. What do you want to do? You want to do one more segment, or do you want to end it right here?
Nah, I think we should do. Do you want to do the segments we had for each one do our own segment?
Oh, yeah.
We just end
quick. 5 minutes, 5 10 minutes.
Yeah. So okay. So we're gonna end the podcast soon, but we're gonna finish off the podcast with each our.
This is my favorite. It's a story time.
Yeah, it's like
the story time with me and Beast.
Yes.
Beast. So what this segment involves is Beast being each one of us will create a topic off podcast, pick a topic, go investigate it, and in a quick 5 to 10 minutes, explain to the other person what they thought today or this week was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna go ahead and start with Beast first.
Okay.
And Beast, tell me what was interesting today.
What
was interesting this week?
Well, obviously, you and I are both huge Spurs fans. I'm going to go back on the topic for sports right now, just for my segment. And to me, I feel like we need a piece. And there's 2 players out there that I really love as a Spurs fan to see us get. And one is Bradley Beal. Obviously, he's been balling. I doubt we'll get him.
Impossible.
It is probably impossible. They're not going to let him go.
If he won't get traded to
a contender,
team, I doubt it. He's going to want to be traded to the Spurs.
I mean, I don't think we're going to look. I don't think we're going to be able to get either of these guys. This is my dream scenario. Okay, it's my segment. I get to dream about it.
Right.
It is my dream scenario. Okay.
I'm just here to break them like always.
Yes, exactly. My dream scenario, and so I'm going to go with a more. Maybe realistic, probably not. It's probably the same odds as the Bradley Beal. We should trade LA, LaMarcus Aldridge, that's what I mean, and probably Lonnie Walker, and either Murray or White. Probably White right now, honestly. Murray's been pretty good this year, and maybe a pick or 2, and just go overboard and get Zach LaVine.
You ready for revamp?
Yeah, we need a dude. Exactly. We were not really. Honestly, Misael, what are we giving up? We're giving up LA, who's been kind of ass. I'm tired of him. He hasn't even been playing that much recently. We've been winning better without him. It seems like. We're not. I think we should keep DeRozan. He's been pretty good for us. He's been kind of running our offense. Another off-ball scorer.
If we have Zach LaVine, he could be number 2 easily.
I think he'd be number 1. He should be number 1. He can score more levels than DeRozan can.
No, I'm talking about it. If we were to get Zach LaVine, DeRozan would be a great number 2.
Oh yeah, you're right. No, you're right. You're right about that. Like Zach LaVine is underrated as hell. He really is. People have really underestimated, as have I, as have a lot of people, have underestimated how good Zach LaVine has been. He's been balling this season. If he was on a better team, he'd be on the MVP conversation. Like there's just no doubt about that. He's been really good. He's been shooting lights out numbers. Like I think he's like 52% from the field and like 48% from 3 as well. Yeah. Scoring 28 points a game while making clutch shots. And being
not just clutch shots, just like scoring at every single level.
he's long, he's lengthy, he's athletic as hell. He's really good. He's really good. That's a dream scenario for me.
I love dreaming.
I get yes. Obviously,
we're gonna have to wake up.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, obviously it's not gonna happen.
I just don't see. It's because like if the Bulls really are rebuilding, like why would you get rid of your best player?
I mean,
like, especially he's young.
Yeah, he's 25. He's 25.
That's pretty young.
But I mean, that's why we'd have to give up a shit ton.
They'll make the playoffs this year. Like they'll be like 18, 17.
He's scoring. He's scoring almost 29 points a game, 52% from the field, 43% from three, 86% from the free throw line, averaging 5 rebounds and 5 assists a game. And averaging about a steal a game. That's just crazy. If you told me any other player, I would not believe Zach LaVine that years ago. I thought Zach LaVine hadn't played numbers because of Chicago, because he was in Chicago. He's the only one shooting the ball, but no, dude can ball. I think honestly right now I'd rather have LaVine than Beal. I know Beal's a better scorer, but I mean Zach LaVine's younger, and he's longer. He's just really good. It's more of appreciation. Honestly, my segment's more of an appreciation for Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine has developed into really good
player profile.
Yeah, like honestly, dude, it's crazy. Like Minnesota. Again, Minnesota, you fucked up. That's all I'm gonna say. You really fucked up trading him. That's all I'm gonna say. I'll end my segment on that.
All right, my segment is nice and quick. Lately, I've been getting back into wrestling.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
and, it's been great.
Elimination Chamber tonight, by the way.
I mean, that's exactly where I'm going tonight, ladies and gentlemen. The Elimination Chamber. You see, I mean, not everybody's perfect, you know. Wrestling is about that cheesiness. Just love all that cheese.
Yep.
That gooey cheese.
Beautiful.
So I'm just so I'm ready to see that Elimination Chamber, baby. We're ready to see people's heads get thrown to plexiglass. People thrown across the store and says 100,000 feet of steel. I am so excited to see.
Misa, who do you have winning the SmackDown Chamber?
SmackDown Chamber? Man, I hated King Corbin. But I just feel like they want to go like they have to go somewhere with this guy. Oh, wasn't he already champion?
No, he wasn't the world champion. I hope he doesn't. He's not ready for that.
But that's just me being biased because recently I didn't like him at first, but now like I
he's a look
page and he's a cool guy.
Yeah.
What's it called? But who I got who are the other people in it?
It's Daniel Bryan, Cesaro, Jey Uso, Sami Zayn, King Corbin, and Kevin Owens.
Yeah, man, Daniel Bryan. That's the only one.
I think
everyone and the SmackDown wrestlers like. Okay, you know, we like cheese, but this is American cheese. Like, can you call it cheese?
Yeah.
So, like, they just, I don't know. I don't really like a lot of.
Who do you have for the Raw one?
The Raw one, it's Miz, Drew McIntyre.
Yes.
What was the other three?
No, not Miz anymore. Miz, it's Kofi.
Oh, yeah, he dropped out.
It's Kofi Kingston, Drew McIntyre, Jeff Hardy, Sheamus, Randy Orton, and AJ Styles. They're the 6.
Man, I want to see Drew lose his title just because, I mean, bro, like, okay, we get it, you're unstoppable, whatever. You get me, like, you're not Roman Reigns.
Mm-hmm.
You think you are. You're too nice of a British person. Like, what the hell? Is that even a real accent? Are you even real? Okay, before I liked it, but now it's like, come on. Like,
you're just done with him.
Special. You're not that special. Gotta move on.
All right.
I mean, my dream scenario is Jeff Hardy just because, like, man, I love that guy.
I get you.
I hope he's not on drugs anymore.
Let's hope so.
What's it called? But I would love for him. To win, but I just think that for her name purposes, it's not gonna be Kofi. What's the other guy's name?
It's so far that's left is AJ Styles, Sheamus, and Randy Orton. The 3.
I think it's gonna be Sheamus.
Sheamus.
Yeah, just because they're going with that storyline.
All right, so you got Daniel Bryan winning. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna ask you one more because the winner of the Elimination Chamber SmackDown faces the champion. So do you think Roman's gonna be whoever comes out, or do you think?
Oh yeah. I think Roman's going to WrestleMania with the title.
All right.
Just for the fact that. Come on.
I'm glad one of us got to talk about wrestling. I'm thankful. Oh, I will say, if people are curious, my picks are Cesaro's gonna win the Chamber. I'm gonna go with AJ Styles. I think Drew's gonna lose it too. I think they're gonna go Sheamus Drew, as well, but like without the title. And then Roman Reigns probably be whoever like comes out of the Chamber. This is a quick one. I didn't want to take over your segment or anything.
That's fine. Hey! I love this. This is how I prefer to do it. I like give and take.
All right.
I like back and forth.
Back and forth is fun.
But you know what? We have come to an
of
end of our podcast.
If
you made it this far, I love you. And thank you for making it this far. I know we'll ramble, and our voices might not be as pleasant right now, but don't worry. Make it better.
Well, yes,
because this is the surprisingly good. Thank you. Peace. Do you have any final words?
No, just thank you all for if you guys stayed in, or if you guys just watched a bit. We appreciate it. Honestly, thank you very much.
Yeah. Hey, and we'll see you back in a week. We're gonna try to do these weekly, but our best shot is gonna go weekly. But if it comes out a couple days late, hey, nobody kill us, please. Please, come on. This is just for fun.
Right.
Please. But okay, guys. Thank you so much for getting this far. Remember, I love you. Have a good day, guys.